Hey everybody, I'm Clint Walker and this is Real Estate Appraiser Secrets. Today we're going to talk about what it means to be someone's preferred appraiser, whether that be an agent or a lender. So if you haven't encountered this before, I don't encounter it very often, but I see lenders, and I know of one in particular, who talks about having preferred appraisers. And I am one of them. Which I love to be that, but I saw on Facebook somebody was talking about another lender and their preferred appraiser, or an agent and their preferred appraiser, and it raised some eyebrows. I think because the implication might be that if you have a preferred appraiser, that appraiser might be in your pocket when it comes to the value evaluation. So I don't think that objectively there's any problem with the term preferred appraiser. And what I want you all to understand, at least in terms of someone referring to me as their preferred appraiser, is the term means that this is an appraiser that they can trust to do what they say they're going to do. Historically, there is a lot of complaining about, and rightfully so, about appraisers taking orders and then disappearing, just completely ghosting, not getting the work turned in on time, not being courteous, not being professional, and not being competent to do what they say they're going to do. When someone says, this is my preferred appraiser, fundamentally what they're saying is, this is an appraiser who I've worked with before, who I know I can trust to do what they say they're going to do, and maintain a high level of professionalism while they're doing it. It's what you get when I'm your preferred appraiser. The lender who has me on their preferred panel knows that I am one of a handful of appraisers who they can ask to do things on a very short notice. They pay very well. They pay very well for that fast service, but they specifically know that that's what they're getting is fast service, a report turned into them when I say it's going to be turned in, so they can get their deal closed or take whatever action is necessary based on the results of that appraisal. What they also know is that that fee and my preferred status does not mean that I'm going to hit their number every time. It just means that they can trust me. One of the fundamental tenets of the uniform standards of professional appraisal practice, which is the professional standard that every appraiser must uphold, is first and foremost to preserve the public trust. So there's a lot of things that go into that. There's, USPAP prescribes all of these things that we have to do in every single appraisal report, in that they have determined preserve and uphold the public trust. And, the public doesn't even know about a lot of those things. And that's sort of, what's the right word? Sort of ironic, because like in many businesses, all of those standards that we have to uphold take us time, which means they're something that we charge for. They're part of the reason that appraisals are cost what they cost. I always start to say that appraisals are expensive, but I don't think appraisals are expensive, even if a lot of people do. But appraisals do have a fee attached to them that is significant to a lot of people. So, but that's why, because there's all these standards that we have to abide by to preserve the public trust, which is record keeping, which is objectivity, which is due diligence and expertise and competence. All of these things take time. It took us time to achieve them, to achieve that level of knowledge and expertise. It took us time to keep our records that we have to keep with every single report we do, no matter how easy anybody might perceive that property to be. So this trust factor is a big deal. So when you go to form a relationship with an appraiser as a vendor, as someone that you're going to recommend as an agent, someone you're going to recommend as a lender, that aspect. Can I trust what this person's going to say that they do? Do they follow through? Do they treat my clients well? Do they make me look good in their professionalism? But even if they might cause me some frustration with their opinion of value, do they make me look good otherwise? Is what should be the standard of calling someone your preferred appraiser, or any preferred vendor that you're going to recommend, whether that be a termite guy or a home inspector or anybody. These, in our industry, one of my biggest complaints, this is as an agent and an appraiser, is the standards of professionalism in our industry, I think, have deteriorated. And, with the recent NAR settlement, a lot of agents find ourselves in a state of turmoil, and this is also causing turmoil in the appraising industry. But we have an opportunity now to elevate our standards of professionalism, to elevate our standards of expertise and skill and care that we provide people. I think I mentioned in another episode that I've got my class approved for CE, and I'm going to be putting a lot of effort and maybe even starting a new company that focuses on agent education, because I really truly believe that the future of our industry, saving our industry, has a lot to do with elevating our level of skill. Salesmanship is always going to be part of it. People handling is always going to be a part of it. But I don't think it's going to be enough in the future. I think that given the choice between paying our fee the way that the public now has to pay our fee and consider our fee, I think that there's going to have to be a lot more to it than just liking us as a person. So I encourage you to fill out that list of vendors with quality people, to educate yourself, elevate your standards of skill and care, and make friends with an appraiser. Find somebody that you can trust that knows the area that you work, so that you can get that objective opinion of value, because that's where our value to you lies. I recently made a funny, I thought it was funny, short video where I talked about why you should call an appraiser and why you shouldn't call an appraiser. Call us to be the bad guy. Call us to be the objective opinion. I've heard somebody refer to appraisers as expert buyers. I really love that. The appraiser is going to walk into that house with a modicum of maybe skepticism is the right word, but objectivity, similar to how a buyer is going to walk into it. And to me, that's extremely valuable information to the seller, because on the pre-listing side, you're bringing someone in that is going to look at the house with the same objectivity and maybe skepticism, and then use the same techniques and maybe pull the same comps as the next appraiser. We may not have the same opinions of value, but we're looking at it through the same lens, and that can be very valuable to an agent and to a homeowner on the front end, to avoid that hurdle on the back end. So if I can ever be of service to you, feel free to go to appraiserpool.com, where you can book me. You can quote your appraisal, you can quote your professional measurements, quote a consultation, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and hope you have a great week. Bye.